Hello everyone, my name is Ethan Schmidt and I am here with ASU starting center Cohl Cabral. And Cole, just coming out here this morning, the whole Pac-12 football media day experience, just how is it so far for you?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, it's good to see a lot of the guys I grew up playing with, did a lot of the camps with out in LA and around this area. So it's kind of cool to see them. I mean, you don't get really get a chance to hang out or be able to talk to them because we're always busy all on our own schedules and whatnot. But it's just been fun. I mean, just kind of get to hang out and just relax for a little bit.
Definitely, and this event, bringing all the teams around, just how much does it get you fired up for the upcoming season?
I'm ecstatic for it. I mean, it's kind of like almost like a teaser in a way. Like the fact that we're starting camp next week, get to do this week. It's just one of those things. It's like, okay, can we just put the pads on already? Stop teasing.
Of course, and it's going to be your first full year at center, and talking about going into fall camp, just how different is your mindset going into this season compared to last?
I think more technique-wise and understanding scheme, being able to look at the structure of a defense and really understand how a defensive structure can be manipulated through our type of scheme or our play calls is just one of those things that I'm kind of going into this, just being ready for this season and then moving on in my career after college and whatnot.
Definitely, and it's going to be a senior offensive line, and you guys are all veterans up front. So what does that say just about the cohesion and the chemistry that you guys have, and especially looking ahead to the future of this season?
It's a great thing to have. I mean, it's having six guys who are all been around each other for years and years, getting to know each other, understand how people like to think. But just on top of it, just being able to know how people play is a big thing, where you don't have anyone coming in that's kind of like a wrench in the cog, and almost in a way, because you've never taken a rep with them or whatnot. I've taken reps next to everybody that'll be on the field with us. With whether Zach was at guard or I was at tackle and I was at guard when we got here. With Steve outside, same thing. Cade and Alex have all through spring, and Alex last year during the season. But just having able to have the cohesion of knowing how guys just like to play, ways they think and can understand the game and what's going on the field.
Well, you talk about everybody being on the same page, and you have an All-American running back in the backfield in Eno Benjamin. Just how excited is this group and you personally to be able to block for him this season?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, the fact that we can, that's our challenge, is to keep him going and be able to continue what he's done in the last year and the year before that, when he was kind of the third guy in the group. But with how he played last year, it's kind of like a challenge for us. Like, hey, we got to at least get to that. That's the standard of where we have to get him this year. If we fall short of that, then it's going to be kind of almost a disappointment for us. But we understand what's going to happen. We know how teams are going to try and play us. So being able to understand what we have to do to win games is kind of our motivation to go out and work every day, go out and practice, study, and whatnot, just so we can play the type of game we want to play.
Of course. And the O-line experienced, Benjamin experience, but under center, no matter which way you look at it, your QB is going to be inexperienced. And just what are some of the challenges there to get on the same page with the signal caller as a veteran O-line and yourself personally?
I mean, it's just communication stuff. Them not being used to. I mean, some of these guys have never played in a college stadium before or had that much noise. So being able to understand, hey, I got to speak up a little bit when things start getting loud, and especially if like we're playing at Utah or in the Rose Bowl kind of thing. Those are places that can get very loud. So being able to say, hey, I got to get out of my comfort zone a little bit to make sure everyone else is on the same page. But everyone in all understanding what the grand scheme of things need to look like, how we have to call plays, kind of things like that, just so that we can all be on the same page, and it's not like one guy's thinking this while another guy's thinking that. We can all be in unison and just kind of perform at what we're supposed to do.
Definitely. And this season is going to be a big one for you guys, obviously. And so just looking ahead, what kind of personal goals do you set for yourself? And then what goals does the O-line set going into this season?
I mean, if you're playing at this level, you want to be an All-American. That's the goal, be all Pac-12. and then being able to say, hey, I was on the watch list for this last year. Okay, I want to continue. I want to make it be a finalist or the winner of the Remington. But that all doesn't happen unless I have my guys next to me. And so being able to challenge every one of us, like, hey, I want this many finishes or plays or big blocks a game. And I mean, we track all that stuff throughout the season so we can see who's kind of winning and like make it a game out of it. But challenge everyone to go out every week and play their best game that they can, play as hard as they can through the whistle, and just finish. I mean, when we're finishing, Eno's getting the ball down the field. He's going to fall forward. Guys aren't going to be able to make an arm tackle. So things like that are what motivates our entire group to go out and play hard every day.
Of course, and last question for you. Going into this season, we talked about your goals as an O-line and for you personally, but what is the benchmark that the locker room is setting currently?
One game at a time. I mean, you can't get too far you can't think too far down the line. I mean, this conference has gotten so talented over the years. There's so many guys that are high caliber players for every team now that this conference has turned into a any given Saturday type of conference. You're not going to have the like two-headed giant per se. I mean, you're always going to have one or two teams that are like that, but last year's a perfect example of us going into a couple places, beating top teams, or them coming to us and beating them. So having weekends like that where it could be any team Saturday or kind of weekend, you got to take it one game at a time, and I think that's the way we're thinking about. We have to play every game this year is one game at a time. Okay, we got to win this week. Okay, we're still 1-0 or 0-0. We got to keep going, taking 1 week at a time.
Of course. Well, Cohl Cabral, Ethan Schmidt, this has been a sit-down with Devil's Digest. And Cohl, keep enjoying the day. Thank you. I'm sure we'll see you later on. Thanks for joining us.